peopleandpetstories.com went live about a year ago. The site is there for people and pets. It can be just people or it can be just pets. Sometimes people will tell stories about their connection with pets, but it's really for anybody. The idea of the website came from trying to get a story published about my dad during the war on the beaches of Normandy. And it was such a compelling story, and I sent it in to the newspaper that would publish these stories. Never got it published, and I thought of all the other people that had tried to get stories published and it never happened. So the internet came into being, and this seemed to be the logical place to go so I could write my story and invite others to write stories that they wanted to share with their family or their friends or the whole world. Well, I've always had cats in my life. I've had a few dogs in my life, and to me, animals are the connection, for me anyway, to the spiritual world. Animals have this innate intelligence that drives them to do things, and if we take the time to study them and to watch them and to, there's a saying that animals do not speak words, but they have language. And if we watch for that language, we can learn a lot about ourselves as well as about their behavior, and I always fall in love with animals. The loss of a pet is very tragic, and people need to grieve, and sometimes they like to write about that. And so this is a place where they can go and write about their beloved pet, put up photos, even add music into the background for the story. And so that's a place to work out some of that grieving, not only the loss of a pet, of course, but the loss of a loved one, a family member, or just to tell the story of your grandfather in the Great War, or the birth of a child, a graduation, the sky's the limit. The site is very user-friendly. If I can use it, anyone can use it. Anyone can make it work for them. It is very simple to use, very easy to create a story, add photographs. If you can type a letter, you can add a story to the site. Well, like most websites, they have to register first. That's a very simple process. Just put in your email address and a few other details and you're registered. And then they simply go to the Create a Story section of the site and start to write their story. It doesn't go live right away. They can put it up live on the site when they're ready. There is no fee for the first story. It's free. And the nice thing about the site is that you can add 4 photos to your story, and you can change it as often as you like. Edit it, you suddenly think of something, a family member reminds you of something else, and you can go back and add that in. There's no fee for that. The second story you write is $10. And again, you have the same features where you can change it and edit it as often as you like. It's hard to single out any one story, but one particular one is of a young woman who wrote about a friend of hers who was in the prime of her life and who was tragically killed riding her bike one day. She loved to ride her bike to get the exercise. She was a musician. She was many things to this person, and that story moved me a lot. And there was another story about a beautiful cat, and this fellow had found this cat injured many years ago in the road, and the cat, according to the vet and to another vet, said, the humane thing would be to put this animal down, but this gentleman and his girlfriend decided they were going to try and give this cat some quality of life and bring him back to life, which they did, and they named him Miracle, and they had him for 14 years. And so when his time came recently, they updated the story, and so it moved me to tears, that one.